Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of events have happened. We had Deku, and we also had the group. Him and Nejire went out scavenging, and they were going to leave a note at the water tower inside the city. Deku, he wished in a catalog and take notes of the way the infection has been spreading through the zombies and how it has mutated certain ones. Deku is unsure of a bit, but from what he has seen, certain people have turned into certain monsters. And the longer the infection might go on, the more of them there might be. They've seen spiders, multiple limbed creatures that have the capabilities to climb walls and buildings, and they are rather dangerous. And Deku, he's also seen a few other zombies, some that may have began to mutate in the process but still have not fully completed that mutation. And Deku, he's concerned. If the zombies do mutate further, they'll have to take more and more extremes. Be careful, do what they can, and just survive. There may be a point in the future where they can't go into cities, and this could become a very big problem. Now, with that, let us currently also talk about his relationship with Ochako, a girl he saved 1 week before the world went to hell. Him and her, they've been relying on each other. Deku, he doesn't have very many people he can say are his friends. Everybody in the group, that's debatable. They are all gathered together by circumstance. They were all there in the same room when the world ended, whenever it truly began. They trust each other and rely on each other. But Ochako, him and her shared a kiss, and then they shared another one. And Deku, he went back to bed. However, whenever he laid down, he swore he saw All Might. And that messed with him, something fierce. All Might is gone. That's all he knows. All Might is infected. So, if he was in this building, if he was here, they would all have been gutted alive. Now, with that being said, let's currently pick up a few days later. Deku, he's worried, concerned. There are people inside the city. They know that much. They've seen the lights and they began operations on getting a base set up in a building. And Deku, him and Todoroki spent the night there trying to make sure everything was secure and safe. The doors could be locked and barricaded. The entrance could be locked as well, and also things would be secure. Nothing can get in or climb in. And that was definitely something else. And currently Deku and Todoroki, the two, they do stand there, on top of the building, staring at the city. As the sun, it is going down. And Izuku, he has his own turn. Todoroki staring out at the oncoming night. And, with a few ideas himself. Currently him going to walk over to the edge and look down. Him wondering about a theory of his. The infected, they don't sleep routinely. He doesn't think they sleep at all. Though some of them, many of them, it's possible that they become more active during certain periods. I mean, scavenging at night is a good idea. Some zombies are blind and some have low visibility. They rely on their other senses. Though, it is a concern of his. Todoroki, seeing a zombie, run out of a building, as it does with a move on all fours. Currently, two others going to fold as well. And Todoroki, he has a step backwards. Him going to turn and walk over. Going to sit down and grab the bottle that Deku he brought from when he was home. Him gonna pour a glass and turn, as he's to hold it out to Deku. Deku gonna turn to Todoroki and tell him that that's not the best idea. Maybe not. It was just gonna be one drink though. Not too much. The rest of the alcohol we can save as a Molotov. Thing with your head. Have to. Besides, fire is really one of the best ways to deal with a group of zombies. It is, but we're more here to look at the lights. See what pops up? Todoroki, more aware. And there currently is close to outside the city, where Bakugo, he currently does a stand. Him at the bridge, as he's to sit on the back of the pickup truck. Him going to turn on his radio and look around. Him going to bring it up and press the button. Setting down a click as Dick's radio does go off. Him bringing his hand down, grabbing it, and going to press the button. And Bakugo, he does get to hear Deku. Something wrong? Guys, see anything yet? No, not yet. Lights might start coming on soon, but we don't know when. Though, it does have us worried. We don't know who will be friendly and who won't be. So, trying to approach them peacefully could be good or bad. Though, observation might be needed. Maybe. But do you think that that's a good idea? It's possible. Depending on the area. If they're in the shopping districts, we can use the rooftops, maybe. Head there, and if Mick can build a grappling hook, maybe, we can have an advantage. A way to sneak around. Though, that does come with its own flaws. Right. And if they're hostile, we run like hell. She's still working on the sound grenades. She said that she can create 2 or 3 of them, maybe, but testing them out is going to be bad. That could draw a lot of noise. Right. Though, we could use them. Yeah. If we need to, duct tape them so they can't be turned off, or make her just build them to be turned on, and that's it. If we need to, toss them into their settlements and watch the chaos erupt. Fire at them, draw attention to ourselves, and run like hell whenever they realize if they get it, they can be shot. Pretty bold strategy. Oh, yeah. Doesn't sound like you at all. I know. Bakugo gonna turn. And going to stare at the infected, shamming its way down the bridge. It's walking towards them. And Bakugo, it's about 300 feet away. Right. So it can't hear him or see him. Though it's clearly doing something. I'm going to turn his head and potentially see a few others down the way. He just does see movement. And currently he's to bring up a scope. Him going to look into the distance and try and see what he can find. And he does see a few infected. What the hell is that one? Oh shit, that... I got another one for the catalog. Yeah. It's something weird. What do you mean weird? What does it look like? I don't know. It's too dark, but it's moving on all twos and it looks different. It went behind a car. So, there's that. Okay, so I'll note that down. But how bad was the mutation? I'm not sure. Okay. Listen, Bakugo. We all should probably talk about everything. Maybe talk about Denki. Maybe. Todoroki gonna turn, expressing that Denki, he's been a bit messed up. Though they can't really blame the guy. No, we can't. Though, he's not pulling his weight. He's drinking, and he's... well, you know. Right, right. No, I do understand. He's still trying, I guess. He is, yeah, but we need to actually take him out on a mission. I mean, most of the girls are back at base, and that just leaves us. As far as I'm aware, all four of us could be in danger. What do you mean? Well, we're put in danger every day, but we should be taking the risk. I'm sorry. I don't I don't know the right way to phrase this, Bakugo, but Ochako relies on me for a lot. I know Momo relies on Jiro, and vice versa. But I mean, what about Denki? Who does he rely on? Nejire relies on Tamaki, and Tamaki's been helpful. He's been putting a lot of effort into trying to farm. He does a lot. Does he now? Yes, Bakugo, he does. Todoroki gonna turn, going to bring his hand out. Deku handing over the radio, as Todoroki does go express. Bakugo might not see it now, because of his short temper, but Tamaki, he does put the effort in. Besides, he's more of a pacifist anyway. He doesn't want to harm people. The dude's like a shaking chihuahua. I mean, does he really think the guy could kill anything? And Bakugo, he does think back to Deku, who killed multiple people already. And this, it does go through his mind. The world has changed and they need to change to survive. And Deku is the best thing he can see of that. Proof of it? Though still, he's worried about a lot. Maybe. But what about Hatsume? Hatsume builds tech, Bakugo. She does. We need something better, though. Better than a grappling hook, that's for sure. You think that she can make... armor wouldn't be a bad idea, but... don't know. Though maybe a better weapon. Maybe more bullets? What about a crossbow? Todoroki gonna turn to Deku, and going to bring up his glass and point his finger at him, talking about how that actually would be a cool idea. Though, how would that work? She'd need the right stuff, huh? Maybe. Maybe, actually, but what about a hunting store? Or, what? Well, is there some place that could sell string that elastic? I don't know. That'd be like a... that would be a problem, but finding that type of stuff would be hard, right? I mean, you need to go to a hero manufacturing store. You could find the thread, actually, but at the mall, the shopping center, we could try and head there if we see anybody with lights on in the area. We could see about maybe heading there and finding the right string. That's an idea. But the metal would be more intricate, right? It's possible. Bakugo gonna bring up the radio, talking about how they were talking about Denki. Right. Bakugo, maybe you can handle him? Talk to him a bit? If I try to talk to him, I don't think he'll get the message. If you do, it might come across right. And Bakugo, he doesn't understand. Currently, him going to turn and jump off the back of the truck. Him going to turn and get in the driver's seat. Him going to tell both of the two that he will come and pick them up in the morning. And if they're both still alive, be ready. He'll try to come around whenever sun does break, and he'll send 3 beeps when he's outside. Though he'll try and send one to let them know he's getting into the city. And the two, they do get someone to inform Bakugo that they'll try to be ready. And right now, Bakugo, he doesn't get out of range of communication. Deku and Todoroki both going to just sit there and see the city have lights turn on. Fires are lit, and they watch it. Proof they're not alone. And that it does actually make Deku a bit more concerned. With a proper map of the city, they can catalog a few things, get a few things right. Deku turning his head and seeing a fire at the top of a building. It currently down the block. And that does somewhat alarm him. As Deku's a turn to Todoroki, asking about that. And he does a turn. Gonna set his glass down and try to express. They could go check it out. Though they haven't lit a fire. Right. No, it might be a bad idea. Could be. Though, are you really opposed to trying to find somebody else? Not really. They could know something too. There's that. If they've been in the city for this long, though, they have survived. Survived. You're right about that, but I don't know, Todoroki. I'm a bit skeptical. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea to be skeptical. I mean, are you sure that's your first glass? My second, actually, but hey, who's really counting? Besides, I can still run, I can still fight. Though I'd rather not. We gotta be careful, though. I think that I saw some dogs below. I'm gonna stand up and walk over, leaning down. Going to express. Going to turn and stare at one of the 2 glasses he brought. Walking back over, as is to grab one of them. Gonna turn and chug it off the building. And Deku, he does quickly stand up and walk over. The glass tumbling down as a few seconds later it does get a break. And Todoroki, he does begin to watch the massive echo ringing through the city. As the zombies, some of them do begin to make their way there. And Deku does to watch one zombie run across the ground. It's currently smashing down to the location nearby where the glass was broken. And Deku does to watch. It looks fast, moving on all fours like that. Though, where are the others? It going through his mind. And Deku, he does try to think about a few things. Another place to be. Right. We can check it out tomorrow. See what we find. You good on watch? Yeah, I'll stay up. Though, I should be okay. They go to turn and walk inside. And Todoroki, he has to bring his hand into his jacket. Him pulling out a family picture as he has to stare down at it. Him looking at the picture that has his dad torn out of it. And it seems stupid now. He held a grudge for a quirk. Because of a quirk? His brother Dobby. He died. Now his father's dead. His entire family. His mom. He should have gone to see her. He should have just done something. Talk to her. All of this seems fucking pointless now. It's just so stupid. And I'm going to turn and look up, since he's pretty sure it might rain tomorrow. And that it would definitely be a bad thing. Though he does see the clouds roll in. And Deku, he does have to get some sleep. The next morning, him being woken up by Todoroki, who does go to bring his hand down, waking Deku up and trying to talk about the current situation. And Deku, he has his own turn jumping up. Todoroki trying to calm him down, as is to tell him he's gonna get some sleep, while Deku can check that place out. And that it does mean quite a bit. And Deku, he is a bit concerned. Though there actually is the radio, which has not gone off yet. And Todoroki, he talks about it. He hasn't received a ding yet. Fact of the matter is, Bakugo's not on the way. There's still some time before daybreak. But things have died down a bit. Just be quiet out there, and he should be fine. Deku could actually turn, bringing his hand out and grabbing onto his pistol. As he does, goes on wake up. Now, Deku, he does gotta get over to the door. Him beginning to stretch, as he does get ready, stepping out back into the world. Before he does get a turn and quickly move down the street. Now, Deku, he does get to see a few zombies. Him going to use his knife and take them down. Him gonna step forwards and throw out his right hand, stabbing the knife in the side of one's head. Him gonna actually turn and lower down to the ground. As Deku, he has a watch as another zombie does come rushing towards him. Him gonna actually somewhat step backwards and bring his foot out, kicking it in the leg as it's tumbling towards him and forwards. Deku bringing his hands up and pushing it to the right into the ground. And Deku, he has a turn stomping down the ankle. Him make sure that zombie can't get back up and use both legs. For Deku does a turn and walk away quickly. Him thinking about a lot. And Deku, he does get to the building. Him gonna try the door and find that it's actually locked. And it's not too good. And there currently is the person inside, who, they were sitting there. And when they heard that door get jiggled, they turned, grabbing their weapon and going to face the door. Since it's not good. And the person, they do think to hear a sound that's strange. Deku bringing his hand up and knocking on the door. And the person, they're confused. As Deku, he does try to express to them, if they're on the other side, he's not here to be hostile. He's just here to see if they're friendly. And the person, they do go to rechamber around in their gun and hold it up and step forwards. As Deku, he doesn't say a word. And whenever he does get no response, here's a turn. Him seeing a few zombies shambling towards him, as he's going to express. He's going to leave now, but the infected are starting to move towards him. So, if they want to talk to him, open the door. Otherwise, he's going to be stuck out here with them, and he's got to get going. And the person, they just sit there. Unsure. He sounds normal, but this could be a trick. They're not going to be tricked again. Not this time. No. That's not a human on the other side of that door. That's one of those fucking things. And it does scare the person. They don't know if a bullet will take it down. I mean, at least a headshot should kill it, right? That's the only thing. And Deku, here's a turn. Him going to bolt across the street and leap over a car. Right now him jumping over it and going to turn. Going to lower himself down and begin to move through the cars. As the zombies, they usually follow Deku. And Deku, he does go to run out in the open and back to the base. Him getting to the door and going to knock on it. And Todoroki, he does a turn looking at that. Going to stand as Deku, he does going to knock again twice. Before he does then going to knock once. Him going to walk over and answer the door. And Deku, He has a step back inside as Todoroki hears her ask if he found anything, to which Deku would talk about how he didn't. And the two, they do then go to sit there, waiting for Bakugo to come pick them up. For somebody to at least. Now, let's currently cut to another building where somebody, they were watching on. They were quite intrigued by this, since clearly these two were up to something. They're doing quite a lot, and that could be helpful to them. Just keep an eye on them. Find out what they do and find out their routine. If they're coming and going from that building, he can use that. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.